and there's a few golden-eyed Norwegians, but most of them are cattail gadwalls. But it's amazing, and there's a lot of them. I think we're gonna get them.
Drag or carry everything that we brought out, and it made for one tough hunt, but at the end of the day it was definitely worth it with the limits of ducks that we got.
We chose to set up there. The wind was right for it, the sun was right for it. It was a good hide, and it seemed like that's where the ducks wanted to be.
First ever duck band was a banded mallard from Saskatchewan.
If that means moving decoys, if that means changing your calling, if that means breaking ice, it doesn't matter. You need to be able to do that to put yourself in a better position for success.
We were in eastern Kansas with Wicked Outfitters for the hardcore riders hunt in mid-December. Leading up to this hunt, they had had 10 inches of rain in the past 2 weeks coming into it. So basically what that did was put sheet water absolutely everywhere. But one thing we've learned over the years, that even though all that sheet water will scatter ducks out, there always seems to be one individual location that will hold the bulk of the ducks. There was thousands of birds lighting into the sheet water that night. There was millet that had been planted, there was milo that had been planted, and there was a whole bunch of volunteer smartweed. So with all those food sources there and that abundance of water, it made for a duck feeding frenzy. There was birds pouring into this entire area.
Yeah. That morning we set up on a point of the end of a levee, a line of trees that came out into this marsh with the milo on one side, smartweed on the other. It seemed like when we were scouting, there was a lot of birds that wanted to transition in between those two areas, and that there was a lot of traffic right there. We chose to set up there. The wind was right for it. The sun was right for it. It was a good hide, and it seemed like that's where the ducks wanted to be. Once we set up and got into the hunt, it really didn't work out the way that we thought it was going to. The ducks were shy of that wood line. They wanted to make that circle. They had to get higher to go above the trees. This morning they were starting to pitch to a different area of the marsh than what we had chose. So we picked everything up and made our way across to another point that was on the other side. The wind had switched around. This was going to be a better hide for us with the wind and the sun for the afternoon hunt.
Sit. Kill him.
I didn't know where they were going to come.
The ducks weren't really responding too well to calling. I think it was mostly because the ducks in the area were pretty stale. The main part of the migration hadn't hit. So the only time we were really calling was when the ducks were flying or banking away from us. And then we'd just hit them with a few quacks and some feeder chuckle here and there to get them interested and pulled back around.
We were in a really good spot for a couple different reasons. One, if you're gonna hunt a wood line or something like that, I love for it to be an outside corner. And what I mean by that is you're not trapped by woods on two sides. You're giving them an escape route. They can hit that corner, they can come into you. If they decide at the last minute that they don't want to, they've got an escape route. They've got that edge that was next to us that was wide open. It's an outside corner. They feel more comfortable with that. When you have ducks, you're on a straight wood line or you're on an inside corner, they're gonna be a lot harder to get in there because they know that their escape route is limited. So an outside corner like that, we were in a really good spot. They're gonna come in a little bit easier. They feel a little bit more comfortable with it because they've got an escape route. If they get in there and they see something they don't like, then they know they've got a way out. They can hit either direction and they're gone.
My longtime girlfriend Carly, her first ever duck band was a banded mallard from Saskatchewan. And that wasn't actually the only band she got this week. It was actually really cool, you know, on this trip. Got to propose. Hey, look at this picture real quick. Red, scroll over. Yeah, scroll over, look at those pictures. Will you marry me?
God, yes.
And I was really excited that she said yes, but you know, it was just a cool experience, and she was having a good week for jewelry, that's for sure.
Letting it land.
Good boy.
In duck hunting, you have to be able to adjust and adapt to changing conditions and waterfowl throughout the day in order to make something happen. And when you see that ducks aren't working, when you anticipated them to be in an area and work a certain way based on your scouting from the day or two previous, and they decide that day that they want to do something different, you need to change. You need to be willing to put into work to do that change, move to an area, move to somewhere that is more advantageous for you based on what the waterfowl want to do. If that means moving decoys, if that means changing your calling, if that means breaking ice, it doesn't matter. You need to be able to do that to put yourself in a better position for success.
Do you have any words of wisdom?
Don't burn the candle at both ends. Don't stay up late. Because tomorrow you will be dragging. Especially when you're building blinds in the middle of the night.
You're probably about to go pro at that, aren't you?
Yeah, I was thinking about
Hit the circuit?
semi-pro. I was thinking about getting into like, you know, rent them out like condos out on the lake.
It's called a duck club.
Oh, that's what that is.
Could we get away with that if it was cloudy?
And if it was, oh sorry, I just like hitting digestion.